Alright, good morning. I'm in Kathmandu. This is kind of the city behind me. Yeah, it's a cool little place. I don't know if you can see the mountains today. It's kind of hazy. But yeah, so just a little update on how the trip has been going and what's been going on. Um, let's see. We'll start. I flew into Kathmandu, and then I flew directly to a town called Pokhara, or a city called Pokhara, and there was a church planting retreat and conference. So it was a bunch of church planters and pastors from all over Nepal. They all came with their wives and their children, and we met in this this newly built hotel, and we're able to just there was a lot of teaching. So I taught one session. There was a lot of worship. For me, there was a lot of connecting with old friends who I had met the previous year. There's a little dog right there, and yeah, so that was pretty amazing. So yeah, so that lasted for 2 or 3 days, and then from Pokhara we did a little hike up to probably like 5,500 feet, just so you could see everything. But it's just like Pokhara is surrounded by all the white capped mountains, so that's really something special and fun to behold. And then after that, we went from Pokhara. We took a 5-hour bus ride to a city called Chitwan, which is in the south. So Pokhara's kind of in the northwest corner, or well, in the middle-ish, but in the north. So we went south, and as we went south, it's those roads you see in movies. It's just super windy and twisty. It's like just straight drop-offs on the other side of the road. So that was really fun. Kind of scary, quite bumpy, and yeah, so that took 5 hours. We got to Chitwan. Chitwan is a cool little town. It's kind of a touristy town, but picture like the Jungle Book. So there's elephants in the streets. There's just a lot of tropic, banana plants and stuff. Jamasi. And so that was really fun. And then we then went in Chitwan. We spent some time just meeting with churches, preaching, kind of encouraging saints and things. You're okay. So that was really fun. So then after we were in like the city Chitwan for a while, we took a pretty adventurous trek into a jungle to meet a village of people that are really isolated. So it was a 3-hour drive in a Jeep through a national forest, national park kind of thing, and then from there we get out, and then we hiked into the jungle like 2 hours each way, and it was a fast hike, so or we were going at a quick pace, so it was probably like, I don't know, 7 miles into the jungle, and we just followed this riverbed basically. So as we were doing that, we finally get to this village, and hopefully I can maybe splice in, if I can figure out how to do that on a phone. You're coming over this little path, and you come into some farmland where the village is located, and you're in they grow mustard there. So you're seeing all these beautiful yellow mustard plants, and then the flowers are just gorgeous. But then as you kind of round this bend around the river, you just start to hear, and the church had already started meeting because we were late, and you could hear them singing, and so you just walk up, and it was pretty awesome. My friend Curtis Cook, he's a pastor in Boston, he preached at that church service, and it was just really cool. That village, the pastor, he started ministering to that people group maybe 10 years ago, and when he first got there, they were scared of foreigners, so they all ran and hid in the mountains when he came. But he started coming every month and shared the gospel with them, and now the church probably has about 30 believers in it. It's a small village, some of the people have never left the village. They've never seen the rest of Nepal. They've never, never had the internet, never had Facebook, YouTube, none of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of incredible. But they have Jesus, and they love to worship him, and watching that was really cool. So yeah, so that was really good. And then after that, we came home, and we went on a jungle safari. So I rode an elephant. I got to see wild rhinos, some peacocks, a lot of, like, Nepal has a lot of these weird deer that are like speckled, and so that was cool. And then yeah, saw a chicken getting eaten by a mongoose, I think, or some type of little creature. So yeah, that was pretty cool. When we were trekking through the jungle, there had been a tiger that had recently killed a little, like, school kid. So on the same path that we were walking on, but we didn't see a tiger. But I kind of been told that you never see a tiger. You either get eaten by a tiger because they snuck up on you, or you just don't see one. So anyway, no tigers, but they are around. Anyway, so now after that, then we flew to Kathmandu to connect with a guy that just came in from Boston. And then today is just kind of a rest day. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is kind of sore from breathing in a bunch of dust on a dirt road. But after today, after we rest, we're gonna see the city a little bit. We might go to this little area in Kathmandu that's famous for knockoff North Face gear. So if you see me in some fly North Face gear, it's fake. And then yeah, then tomorrow we have a youth conference, and so that'll be fun. I'm gonna share and preach there with Curtis, and then I leave Thursday morning to go farther east in Nepal to a town called Itari, and there I will do another youth conference, and so I'll be the primary preacher in that one. So I'll have to do like 6 talks. So I gotta finish doing all of those. But we're gonna be going through the book of Jonah and seeing how God relentlessly pursues people, and use that as a springboard for evangelism and sharing the gospel. So that should be exciting. I'm really excited to work with the youth here. I think it'll be good. And then after that, I will fly to Delhi, India, and then to Varanasi, India, to visit my sister and brother-in-law and my nephew Hudson. And then after that, I will fly back to the States. So yeah, it'll be a long thing, trip, but I'm excited. Anyway, I've taken up 8 minutes and 20 seconds of your time, so I am going to leave, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.